Uh, so basically, we'll start with something, a brief introduction about my company. And then later on, we'll discuss some of the challenges that we faced during our 3.5 years in Nepal. And then we'll get to know how Google has helped our business. So my name is Sudeep Bista, and I look after business development in MyTrip2Nepal. MyTrip2Nepal, as you know, that it's the first and largest travel portal in Nepal. We currently have around 1,500 plus agents, out of which 450 plus agents are always active, or we do businesses with them very, very regularly. It's quite a surprising story the way MyTrip2Nepal was formed. Actually, we were on a business trip to Delhi once, sitting down in a coffee shop and brainstorming on some of the ideas. We always wanted to start something in Nepal. So, while we were brainstorming, actual idea was to first to come up with a different solution. We wanted to consolidate all the hotels onto a singular API and sell it to the online ventures. But that was the initial idea. But later, when we did more market research, and we found that this particular travel portal idea was more scalable on the market itself. And I'll give you a brief introduction about our founding members as well. We have 4 members in our business over here. And their business background are very, very different. Some of them are into insurance, some of them are into lubricants, some of them are into tire business. So we never had any idea about any travel-related things. And this business was purely formed on a research concept, purely a research concept business. But when we look back around 3.5 years ago now, we have done a very, very huge, I can say that we have generally improved a lot and learned a lot with our mistakes as well. And so with regards to when we started our first business, on our first year, our annual turnover were around 80 lakhs per year. Please do not go with the numbers yet, because 80 lakhs in a travel field is a very, very minimum thing, because the margins are very, very low, and this is a high volume business. But currently, we are processing around 25 crores annually. We process around 8,000 tickets every month. We have flown over 1 lakh passengers every year. So that's how our business started, really. And the success of the business, we generally think that it's our team who we really who deserve the success of the business over here. And in our team, we have around 45 plus agents, 45 plus team members, out of which we do hire external consultants over as well, with time in time, mainly through family and relatives only. And some of the consultants working with us right now is we have a lady from Deloitte. I hope you know Deloitte. It's largest, a consultant business in the world. She's working with us on a project where we can improve our support enhancements. And secondly, we have a lady working with us as she was working before on Hyderabad in Google AdWords. She's on a project with us where she's helping us to improve how Google can be actually helpful to us. Let's go to the second one. So these are our 3 business principles where we believe and we breathe every day. So that's one of the reasons why we are very, very successful right now. So excellence, we always believe in excellence, because that's one of the reasons why we learn from our mistakes and got into more technological wise and integrity and relationships, where it's more about customer service. So some of the challenges on MyTrip2Nepal.com was, first of all, the idea was concepted, but we yet didn't know that how the idea will be in the market. Will it be successful? Will it be not? So that's what we wanted to do a research. So there what Google comes in. So we have, as you all know, that Google Forms, where we can create surveys, which we sent to all of our agents, and did a survey that how is this idea, how can it be scalable or not. And based on those principles, the idea was formulated and research was done and it was conceptualized. Secondly, it was mainly about the management, how we can incorporate Google into a day-to-day management tasks. How can we better manage our people? How can we better monitor their performance evaluations? How can we better train them? How can we better communicate in the office? And so many different things. So in that terms, a solution from Google that we have is Google Drive, where you can create any spreadsheets, any forms, any service, anything at all. And that can be said to every number of, any number of Google, emails. What I can say is basically our business is totally embedded into Google. Without Google, I don't think we will be running anything at all. In terms of business emails and office communication, we use Google Plus, obviously for the chats and everything, and for surveys and everything, for recruitment process. As you know that MyTrip2Nepal, we have a different business group. We have around like 4 or 5 companies who are working under one group over here. So recruitment was a huge challenge for us because we get number of applicants. So to shortlist those applicants, what we do is whenever we get a CV from anybody, we send them a form back to their email, which they can fill it up, and then that gets shortlisted on a spreadsheet where we can analyze and then shortlist a few members of the thing and conduct the interview. So in that way, it saves a lot of our time as well, and we can monitor actual recruitment process, and we can deliver who, according to the skill base, we can deliver into our different business groups. Third one was sales and support. That was a huge task because mainly at the beginning of the first 1.5 years, we were doing door-to-door sales, or generally a typical marketing thing. We're going to all the agents, meeting them in person, telling them about our product and this thing. But it was very, very difficult for us to still mind the sales and support team. So the solution from Google that we are using right now is Strike CRM, which is very, very useful, very, very effective. What it really does is we monitor every inquiry calls that comes to the business, every call which has been converted to a sales, and every call which has been left dead. So why it is dead, or why we haven't done any follow-up, or it has any feedback been given or not. So these are all monitored through Sales CRM. So Google Strike CRM. And the beautiful thing about this Google Strike is it can be set onto a different, through different emails, and it can be monitored really on real time, which is quite good and quite effective in terms of employee performance, employee evaluations, and everything. This is something we have recently started, probably like 1.5 years ago. Being on a travel firm, we never really had any idea on how actually online marketing can be used in terms of travel company. And SEO and SEM is something we have already started right now. So 1.5 years ago, when we first knew about Google Analytics, that was a huge thing because nobody knew about Google Analytics at that time in our company. So in terms of using Google Analytics and analyzing the customer behavior and the website visitors and everything was a huge improvement on our business. So similarly, we've been using Google AdWords with the help of the lady who was working with Google. And those are some of the projects that we are running right now as a SEM, sales engine marketing wise. So this is one of the things which we wanted to get into in future, but we haven't really yet thought about it right now. Making money with Google AdSense. Look, the way it works with MyTrip2Nepal.com is we are the specialist on low-cost carriers across the world. So we use Fly Dubai, Air Arabia, and some of the cheap airlines, really low economic airlines in terms of sales. So those are the ones which we promote more. So we don't promote Yeti or Buddha, we promote Simrik. That's why, because we get more commission on that way. So we wanted to use a system where we could use AdSense in terms of promoting those ones and make money ourselves as well. So win-win situation for both of us. So this is some of the things that Google has been helping us in our business. And that's all. Thank you for everything. And I would like to thank the organizing committee for giving us the opportunity today over here. And if you have any questions, you can ask me. Thank you.